Our next guest says the midterm elections won't affect the market. Bob Dole is with us, Nuveen, chief equity strategist. This is a big call, Bob. Are you saying that if the Democrats retake the House of Representatives, it will not hurt this bull market?
I don't believe so, Stuart. I don't think that the Democrats in the House can stop the momentum of our economy. The fact that the executive controls regulations and this president is creating fewer new ones and trying to roll back some old ones, they're the reasons the bull market's been in gear, along with behaved inflation and interest rates. And I think Democrat or Republican House, not going to matter. If the Democrats take both houses of Congress, we better talk again.
Okay. Now, China, they canceled trade talks that were due this week on these tariffs. And today, we imposed tariffs that went into effect on Chinese goods coming here. But again, this seems to have had very little effect on the stock market. Is it another case of, despite it all, the market looks only at fundamentals, and that's it?
Well, certainly the fundamentals come first and foremost, Stuart, but these trade issues, unlike who takes the House, are important. Look, the market kind of looked through it on Friday, and we had a nice up day. Maybe over the weekend, the market's rethinking as China's backed off willingness to have those talks. Again, I think we'll make it through from an economic standpoint, regardless of the trade issues, but markets fear how high will the barriers go? How long will this potential trade war last? Remember, nobody wins in a trade war. Everybody gets black eyes.
You know, this economy must be really, really strong, and profits must continue to keep growing, because that's the only explanation for a market that continues to rally in the face of some, really negative political news.
It is certainly a powerful reason, and I think that's the case. As you know, Stuart, we witnessed 25% S&P 500 per share earnings growth in the first half. We're likely to see something on the order of 20% in the second half. They're amazing numbers this far into an economic cycle.
Have you ever seen profit growth like that before?
Only off a recession-depressed low. But this far into a cycle, no. And it's the tax bill. It's amazing revenue growth. It's improved profit margins. It's corporations having some confidence to move forward. We're seeing capital expenditures improve. We're seeing productivity get a bit better. And all of this has been bullish.
What about consumer sentiment? That's at, I think, a multi-decade high. Is that a big factor when you're analyzing the market, consumer sentiment, confidence?
No question. If I'm a consumer, I'm more likely to be working than I was a couple of years ago. My salary's probably up a little bit. We've seen the savings rate remain reasonably firm, and so I've got some money to spend. And if I'm pretty confident about I'm going to keep this job and get another raise down the line, I'm going to spend some money. So consumer confidence is absolutely key. Business confidence, consumer confidence, both of those, Stuart, and they're registering pretty strong numbers.
Now, this is the last week of, I think it's the last week of the third quarter, the economic third quarter of the year. Now, we don't get the numbers on growth yet, but when we do get them, are you expecting at least 4% growth in this quarter that we're now in?
At least 3.5. Could we have a 4 handle again as we did in the second quarter? Not out of the question. Anything 3.5, 4, there's just amazing numbers for an economy that's as big and mature as the United States.
You're really bullish, aren't you?
Bullish about the economy. The stock market does have some headwinds. The trade issue, modestly rising interest rates and inflation, that keeps a lid on. So stocks are not up as much as earnings, which means valuations have been compressed somewhat, and they're the reason, Stuart.
Again, I'm going to go back to the same question. I've known you for 30 years, Bob. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
It's pretty amazing, Stuart. As you know, the longest bull market in history. Next June will be the longest business cycle in U.S. history. Amazing.
Got it. Bob Dole, thanks for joining us, as always. You've calmed us down, Bob, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Okay.